Hello, my little apple strudels, apple crumble, what's your flavour? I've got that on the brain at the moment because my mother-in-law was making a crumble yesterday. She actually made apple and blackberry crumble and it was really good. And it was extra good because Eliza had been nagging at me to make a crumble. I'm not a good cook. And I was like, oh, I have to do that this weekend because she really wants one. And then my mum-in-law said, who lives with us, said, she's making a crumble. I was like, yes, I don't have to make it. It's going to be better. It's a win. So there you go. I've got my cards here ready to pull you one of these babies when you settled in a minute. I hope you're doing well. Have you remembered, are you in the UK like me? Have you remembered that the clocks have changed? Has it been catching you off guard? It's kind of caught us off guard a little bit today. Not in any way that's a problem, but just in that way that when you're a family who has a flow and a routine, just that little change of an hour can just like muddle things, can't it? So I didn't get a lie-in, shock, because the cat decided to wake us up, and Eliza's little cat, her little black cat Luna, our rescue cat, she begged me for a cat for years, and we finally got her, and it's the best thing we ever did. She's absolutely gorgeous. But she did wake me up at 6 o'clock this morning when I could have had a lie-in, and she just decided she was going to climb all over it. It wasn't even her usual feeding time. I don't know what that was about. So love you, Luna, who's curled up next to me in my healing room, having a nice sleep now because she can sleep whenever the flip she wants. So so we didn't get a lie-in, and then I had a client scheduled this morning who, there's no problem with this at all, by the way, I'm just sharing, had to reschedule for later today. Because when you're a PDA parent and routines are thrown by times, these things happen. So we'd actually discussed that ahead of time, what we were going to do if anything came up. So that's fine. But my husband and daughter had arranged to go for a coffee because I was supposed to be working. So they've gone off for their jolly. And I've got a bit of time to come and catch up with you. So that's nice. And then I've got my lovely client later. So that's really nice. And that reminds me to say, because I don't remember to say it often enough, that I do parent support sessions. So if that's something you're wanting, all you need to do is pop me a message. There's nothing complex about my system here. This is me here. Hi, you know me. I offer parent support sessions and I work from home. I fit it around my home editing schedule and my life. And because I have no overheads, I'm not traveling, I haven't got an office, etc., etc., I can reduce my rates from my usual fee to, you know, be able to offer that discount for you. So if you want to book a session, just pop me a message, and I have various time slots that sort of flow through our week. So a lot around the weekend, I can do some evenings, and I have some sort of daytime slots when Eliza goes to classes now that I could do if you don't mind me speaking to you from my car. That's the thing. So just let me know if they work for you. And in those sessions, I'm trained as an integrative counsellor, but I'm not selling my services as a counsellor to you, but that is my training and my background. I'm a PDA parent who has a lot of understanding, a lot of empathy, and is here to listen with an open mind and an open heart and see how I can support you on your journey, not by offering you skills or interventions, by listening to you and hearing where life is bringing you the glorious gift of a little bit of tension, a little bit of resistance, a little bit of struggle, because it so wants to birth something in you that's on the other side of that. And I want to be with you on that journey and say, let's have a look at this. Where are you holding on tight to something which isn't serving you anymore? And how can I support you in letting it go? And you know, I do the old EFT tapping to really help soothe and calm the nervous system and soothe and calm our fight, flight, freeze, fawn responses that come up when we try and make changes in our lives. So sometimes we do a bit of tapping, and a lot of the time we just do a lot of listening deep inside to what's going on with you and bringing it into awareness, allowing it to be heard, bringing it into the fold, bringing it back into our wholeness, where we can say, oh, those things that I've been keeping a little bit in the darkness, in the shadows, in the struggle, are actually a beautiful part of me. And I'm going to learn to unconditionally love and accept myself more through this experience and see where the gifts are in this aspect of me. And when we do that for ourselves, it opens up it means that we can be present in love and awareness with our children and young people, and we can, in an unspoken way, hold the space for them to be able to express the gifts of their wholeness and love and accept themselves completely unconditionally. So that's what I'm all about. I've got my cards here. So these are my Wisdom for Healing cards that just give us an invitation. So if you've got something going on with you right now, excusez-moi, if you've got something going on with you, that card's upside down, that's intolerable, that you want to tune into, the way you'd like a little bit of guidance, you've got a question to ask, you're just not sure which way to go, or you want some confirmation, or you want some reassurance. These cards are just a lovely way to really help you tune into your own inner guidance and your own intuition that's already inside you. But we're so habitualized and conditioned to like get caught up in our thinking and our mind that sometimes tools like cards just can help us feel into the body wisdom and that intuition that's already there. So it's just an assistant. Right, this one's here. What we got? Oh, lovely. Practice visualization. Sorry, it's a bit sunshiny on that, isn't it? I'm having some new blinds fitted in my workroom, and at the moment I've got a temporary setup which is a little bit, but I've got one of those brilliant handymen who lives in our village, knows our family. Eliza's at ease with him. He makes life easy. He comes and does the jobs, and it's no fuss, and I really appreciate him so much. And he's super popular, and it can take forever to get him to do jobs. So things like, can you come and put some blinds up for me, are on his list, but not on the emergency list of things he needs to get to. So it'll take the time it takes. Right, practice visualization. Love all the chakras that are drawing our attention in this card. I don't know if chakras are something that are in your awareness, something you like to work with, something you're comfortable with. But really what we're just talking about is the energy centers in our body, the places where energy pools and expresses. And when our chakras or our centers, or it's really in all the cells of our body, they're just a lovely representation of where those energies pull us. And when those places are out of balance, either being a bit under or overstimulated, we can feel that wobble, and it can just really help to speak the language of chakras for some people, to talk about what's expressing energetically in their body. But it's not the only way to talk about what's expressing energetically in your body. When you listen to your body, you can listen to its niggles and its gripes and its illness and its pains. But the body speaks more subtly before it speaks in those ways. And we can really learn to listen to that when you get a little jar, a little tension, a little heaviness, you know. And it's really good for us to practice really listening to the way that our body speaks to us, because our body is our truth teller. It is our way shower. We are so conditioned to go to our minds for answers. Our minds, God bless our beautiful minds, are incredible, wonderful things, beautiful things to be played with and to be used in the correct way. But they are not there to make decisions from. They are not there to give us the wisdom that our body holds. And we are just so up here, aren't we? And me too, you know, I'm like Gemini, I'm all air, I'm all like in my thoughts, you know. I am having to learn this all the time, or I'm getting caught up in my mind. Come into my body knows, my body is showing me the way. So anything else this card wants to speak to me right now from this image? I'll hold it back up for you just to feel invited into, and then I'll read the back. I think the other thing that's striking me in the image is that the way the hair is really flowing, and I get this sense for myself that there's a breeze, there's a blowing of the old away and the freshness coming in, and that sort of that ever movement, like with breath and the wind, that reminds us that things are always moving, always changing. It's happening through us and to us, and there's always this freshness, you know. And I really like that invitation, thinking about practicing visualization, because in this moment we have an opportunity to choose a new story, practice a new thought, imagine something that is what we really want, you know? Okay, let's have a look. Today's lesson, visualize what you need to heal or create in your life. The image needs to fill all 7 chakras, so consciously place that picture into each of them. Oh, that's a nice invitation. I don't know if I've ever read this card before. With your breath, animate those images, bring them to life, and fill your being. Your goal is to practice and believe in the power of visualization. So notice what's coming up for you. If you want to feel into this invitation, you can come back to it later if that works better for you. Sometimes we need time to tune into things, and sometimes it's immediate. Visualize what you need to heal or create in your life. And I like that actually they're completely interchangeable, because we are creators. We are designed to be putting things out in the world. And actually what we need to heal is usually the blocks to the flow of that beautiful energy showing up in all the glorious ways they do that we don't love. Okay. And then, are you somebody who visualizes? When I say I visualize, I'm actually not very visual like what I see with my eyes. I sense, I feel, I have a sense of something, and I go into the feeling of it. Do you like hear what it's like? Do you know, what are the senses that ignite for you? How do you get the knowing of this that you're holding? You know, what does visualizing mean for you? You've got to personalize it. And if you're somebody whose mind doesn't work very well in building pictures, it's just good to remember this is about your knowing and how that works for you. So what is it that your instinct, your intuition is telling you now that you need to make a change around, that you need to heal, that you need to let go of? Okay. And then it invites us to fill all our 7 chakras, place that picture or that knowing or that feeling into those 7 chakras. So what I feel like I want to invite us to do is, in a moment, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to ask you to do, to take just a nice full breath, not over breathing, but just fullness, where it allows your lungs to expand and your belly to expand. And as the breath goes in, imagine it coming in through the top of your head and down through the head, down through the throat, down through the chest, right into the belly, and then allow it to move out the base of your body, and it's going to come through. Okay. I'm just getting all these messages pop up on my phone from my daughter who's in a cafe with her dad trying a new drink, and all her trust issues about his ability to order that drink and get it right, and what this new drink's going to be like. With this constant dialogue popping up on my screen. I leave it on without being disturbed if I know it might be needed. Right, so when you're ready, take a nice deep breath. When you get to the top, just imagine that feeling or that picture or that knowing or that intention, and it's just moving all through your head, all down through your throat, through your chest, your heart, right down through the solar plexus, down into the belly, and out through the root, down into the ground, where our beautiful Mother Earth is going to take that energy and transform and transmute it and use it in all wonderful ways. So simple. Okay, if you are finding, there's my cards, there we go. If you're finding that as you're doing that, what's coming up in you, and I really want to normalize this, is the resistance, is the allergy to that, as my husband says, as the cloudiness, murkiness that might in our language sound like, yeah, but, the justification, the argument, the victim wants to speak, the way that our mind wants to tell us there are limits and it's not possible, that all wants to come up in that moment. And let's let it, because that's the energy moving. We don't have to hold it as our truth, but we can listen to its existence and what it wants to tell us, and we can hold space for it, just like we listen to our children when they're sharing their angst. We don't see it as their whole truth, but we can hold their space for these feelings they're having and this reality they're experiencing from their perspective in this moment. We can do that for ourselves too. So we can hear that yeah, but. And if you've got a yeah, but, Yeah, but I can't heal that. I can't let go of that. It's not possible, because you can just tap on the side of your hand with me and say, and even though I can't let this go, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't know how to heal this, I love and forgive myself anyway. Even though I don't know what to do about this, I deeply and completely accept myself. And then you're just going to go up on your eyebrow and say, and I'm ready to let it go. And I'm ready to be inspired. And I'm ready to see differently. I'm open to guidance. I know I deserve to let this go. I know, oh, what annoying necklace tapping. I know I deserve to heal. I am ready. Under the arm, I feel open to this, even though I also feel blocked and unsure. It's safe for me to let this go. I deserve it. I'm ready. I'm open. And I'm listening. There you go, my lovelies. Have a super, super day. I'll go and find out how my daughter's matcha from the cafe, where she's never had a matcha before, goes. Oh, can I just tell you before I go? Last night, my trauma, with a capital T, don't worry, this is not a trigger warning, but it was for me. I made myself this really nice hot chocolate in my favourite big mug that I've had forever, and I dropped it, and I dropped it so bad. It went all over me, which was really flipping hot, so I'm taking all my clothes off and putting wet tea towels on me, but it has also gone all over the table, all over the dining table chairs, which are cream, because I did not buy this. My in-laws bought this flipping set, which is like really light coloured and picks up every stain. What a family to buy that for. And it's covered in hot chocolate, and it's all over the floor, and my mug is smashed, and I'm completely traumatised by this thing. My husband's trying to cook, and his beautiful self with his dyspraxia is not the most practical at dealing with these things, but he's trying so hard to help me and not burn his dinner. And Eliza's coming into the kitchen, like, what's going on? And a bit dysregulated with the panic of this scene, and I'm trying to soothe her. You know how these things go. I have ordered myself a new mug. I put aloe vera on my wounds. All is well. I just needed to share my trauma, which I was reminded of because of the drink. Thank you for listening to me. I love you all very much. Thank you for being here. And if I don't see you before, remember we have our weekend chats every weekend, which you can be a part of absolutely free, but you just need to be a member of the Facebook Messenger community. That's just the way it works, and then you get invited to the chats. I'd love to see you there. Of course, I'm in the group. Pop me a message if you want to book a one-to-one. If you want to join the Freedom Centre, where we're all connected, in my membership space, and come and join our Zooms where we do EFT tapping, let me know about that. I can let you know the details. There's never any sales, any pressure. Just ask if you want the info, and the decision is yours in your own time. Okay, lots of love.